Welcome back to Occultists Anonymous, sponsored by Roll20, The Onyx Path, and viewers like you. Big shout out to all our supporters who subscribe, follow, support us on Patreon, hang around Discord. It is a-okay to just be part of the community that is supporting us and making us feel a little less like weirdos and more like, you know, the more...
There's a lot more, though.
Nah,
embrace the weird.
I mean, yeah. Well, it's more the whole, like, once you have a community of weird, then it becomes normal, right? And you're among, you know, yeah. But yes, a special shout out to our patrons, Adele, Al, Alexander, Bernie, Buck, Chadri, Chadworth, Chad Knight, Fel Chadrin II, Chandra, Chris, Clara, Doggo DeLune, Emil, Flippin' Fearful for Free Council for Sonas, Funzo Suru Ali, George, Hot Cross Bun Boy, James, Jenny, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, Josh Julian Catfeathers, Crazy Man 1772, Michael, Milo V3, Ms. Grumpy, Moku, Mozart D Minor, Noba, Not Noctal, Other Guy, Perry, Puppeteer, Riafio, Ryan, Shexara, Terran, The Bone Throne, Thomas, Usuf Sama, Vortex, Falcon, and Zoltan. Thank you all for your support. If you have questions about the Bone Throne, yes, it's exactly what you think we're talking about. Yeah. Okay, good stuff. Oh, and gift subs in the chat. We appreciate it. Thank you, Marley. We don't do usual shout outs, but Marley is special. Yes, and I have already blamed Ralph for your name. This is going to be a weird episode because it's been a couple weeks and I'm a little bit under the weather, and hopefully you don't hear too much in my voice, and my notes are a little bit old but also recent because I keep messing with them. So we're just here for it. So enjoy the ride.
So we had just killed a dragon.
Correct.
Deep underground.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's made of stories.
No, none of that happened. Or did it? Time magic, it does dumb shit. No, the Coven was on a trip following a map that has been rearranging itself. The map written in high speech, Greek high speech, technically, in a journal that has been giving poor Theo a little bit of a headache because Theo plotted this all out. And now the route is changing, and that's just not fair. Though I guess Theo is probably more interested than annoyed.
Well, she's also told Catherine she was going to be gone for a set period of time, and now it's looking like it's going to be a lot longer.
And we made plans based on what it said, and now it's
changed on you. Yeah, it's very, very unfortunate. Who would ever do such a terrible thing to your plans? But they had crossed farther south into the desert, and the directions actually, I know Legba, using a little bit of active mage sight, had dialed in and realized, oh, the end of the however many leagues it was ends right there at that
leagues.
Thank you. At the foot of that butte, which has a doorway set into it. Actually, have we discussed the doorway?
No, you just said
we hadn't gotten there yet, have we? We were pulling up to it.
Yeah, so it was a little bit off because our good boy, name is escaping me. Holy shit! Starts with a J. Jules. Had, getting a little bit of paranoia and wanting to be a little bit more help. Asked if Isabel Petrichor could give a little boost and help him see, and while the spell should have worked, something stopped it. Recognizable as some kind of intervening force, ending the spell before it could even begin, really, which put Petrichor... Petrichor on not necessarily the defensive, but realizing something is stopping spells, and that is, I think, exactly where we had left off, with the butte in the distance a little ways. And just to continue my accidental slip, you can see what looks like we'll say more of a passageway necessarily than a doorway. Doorway suggests an actual door. This looks like in the red rock of the butte, 3 gray, like maybe granite stone hinges built into the butte, creating 3 stones making a single doorway pathway, and basically at the end of your route, or at least this leg of it. It is visible at a distance, initially as kind of this gray mark at the base of the butte, and then as you continue along, and especially as Petrichor and Jules are kind of ranging forward a little bit to scout things out, they can see that, yeah, that is definitely a passageway, a transition, or, you know, something that leads into the butte. And the stone looks very much like, though I guess none of you necessarily would have in-character recognition of it, but it is very of the kind of like Celtic Stonehenge standing stones. That's the thing I was looking for. Kind of vibe, but built into the butte, not up against it, but set into the stone of it. Very kind of Petra, or a number of the other cities that are carved into stone.
Any ideas?
Are we all
Knock.
close enough to it to look at it?
I mean, this is at this point, you know, you're approaching, and if we fast forward up to you guys are there, we can be there.
Petrichor's very much keeping her eyes out for, you know,
Lions.
Sure.
I want to check it out with Time Sight.
Okay.
Just, I suspect that what I see is going to be very old, and it's always been here, because...
Yeah, I actually really appreciate that expectation, especially because that would be what you would expect, but is not what is there. Notably, the thing that you pick up just using Time Sight without getting into any magic, the stones are old, but the standing stones are of a different age than the butte, and there is a definite sensation that the standing stones have arrived here recently. Like within the past, whenever this leg started 3-4 days ago.
Okay, that does surprise me, because I was expecting it would be like the book, where it kind of screwed with time around us.
Mm-hmm. And Rolf, did I get a 1 second thing there?
Yeah.
You did. I got to go open my door because the technician's coming to my house. I'll be right back.
Sure. I heard Hive Sight, and it gave me ideas. Yeah,
that was last week.
Use some life magic and transition yourselves. But yeah, while Rolf is out, Craig, you have the storyteller position. So if you want to take no.
Look, if you want to fuck around and make a mage with a shadow named Wicker Man, you go right ahead.
Oh god. Craig in charge. Woo! So we pick up the adventures of in Star Trek. Oh my gosh, the
USS Curry.
Curry, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which, hey, if you're watching this now, and you have other games that you're like, man, it'd be cool if you guys came back and brought this back, you know, leave comments in the chat, come by Discord, let us know. We're thinking about experimenting with some other stuff. Not that we're leaving Mage, but, you know, we gotta change some stuff around. Have a musical chairs RPG game. Oh boy. Have 5 tabs open for each 5 different Roll20 tabs, and just every 10 minutes.
Wasn't that something that happened at PAX or something like that? Like bring whatever, or no, it was like an online convention. Just bring whatever character sheet you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody was playing like a different system.
It was Gehenna or
I think Gehenna ran it. Yeah.
Onyx Path, and they had the Chaos game, and oh boy, yeah. All right.
It was a fun watch.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have wanted to storytell it.
Nope. Y'all good, Ruff?
Yes. Thank you.
Excellent.
Nope. So yes, the stones are definitely, like I said, they're all old because it's stone, right? But the placement there is definitely new.
Anything showing up on life site?
As you mention it, yes. From the darkness within the pathway, steps out a figure. Looks 6.5 feet tall, well built, well muscled man. Give me a second here.
You have images for us?
You know, that would have been a good thing to have prepped over the past couple weeks.
Those that you're about to put in roll 20.
That would have been real good. No, sadly not. Yeah. And he looks to be on the, and is definitely, definitely looks like he has seen some fair bit of combat. You can see some pretty gnarly scars, none of which look like they were particularly well tended. They were definitely like healed and stitched, but you got some gnarly scar tissue here and there, and he definitely seems to like, there's no hiding them. He's got a bare chest and like short-ish like breeches, leather breeches, and big belt loops on it, and one large gladius hanging from it. And as you guys basically roll up with your 2 horses in your wagon, kind of stands and looks, has his hand on the pommel of the gladius, and looks and motions for you all to come closer. Notably, for Isabel, for Petrichord, with your life sight, this looks human. But there's a bit of like looking from this figure to the rest of you. There's a couple little things that just look a little off. Nothing that you could specifically, with just your life sight, tell the difference of. But
Similar way to the stag that we saw before.
Actually, that's not a bad comparison. This looks to be a simpler human, without necessarily getting into mental capacity kind of stuff,
right.
But just literally like it's a stripped down, bare bones version of a human.
You have a soul?
No,
I don't know.
yeah,
No.
but I mean, yeah, with Legba's
Yes, sir.
ongoing spell to remove the willpower cost of extended mage sight. Yeah, flipping your mage sight on is quick and easy and can be maintained. Yeah, definitely doesn't have a soul.
Sort of a constructed human, perhaps. I would imagine part of the journey, but going
I've
to treat
often-
him as
Thought about making a golem.
that's certainly something to talk about later.
This is like we have concerns to deal with now.
As he waves and beckons us closer,
Mm-hmm.
Legba yells out to him, "What is your name?"
Of course. You can call me. I'm probably going to butcher this because it's Latin, so I'm also going to drop it into chat so everybody can see it. I believe it's Magistry.
I would have made it as Hercules, but that's fine too.
Sure.
I was just picturing Achilles from Hades. As soon as you
It's-
start describing this man.
Yeah, it's not bad. He does have some very like stereotype proto-person vibes. This is definitely more of a character than a person.
Right.
But yeah, Magistry, I believe. I never took Latin, so.
You are a long way out in the wilderness,
Mhm.
and awful far from the Colosseum, friend.
There's a like grimace, not of like. I think he's. Well, actually, better question: are you saying this as you dismount, or are you sitting and waiting a minute?
As she dismounts.
Okay.
I imagine Isabel would ride up before the group even.
Okay. He nods and says, yeah, the arenas are not that far. And he looks like, to use modern parlance, he's definitely, or as Craig brought up a while ago, he's a program stuck in a buffer waiting for some conditions here.
Are we to be competitors then?
He gives you a look over and actually just quick show of hands. Is everybody else approaching and like dismounting and going in?
Yeah, I feel like we're getting off of the cart and sort of parking it. And...
Sure.
Letting Giza like take lead, of course, but otherwise going in.
Okay.
Legba wants to say something additional to him before we proceed past him.
Oh yeah,
I'll
that's
wait
fine.
for everybody else to talk.
But yeah, no, he at the comment of, you know, are you to compete in the games, and he kind of is looking you all up and down, and it is a weighing expression, and other than Legba, all of you do not appear to be passing muster. He's not particular, like Isabel, he's not so sure about, but I imagine, like, Isabel, I don't imagine has a lot of bulk and strength.
No.
Right, yeah.
No.
Legba, however, looks like bench presses boulders on a regular basis. Well, probably not necessarily that far, but there is some obvious strength, air of menace, if nothing else. Like, this is a guy who can fight. But, you know, we will see if you can compete.
I have the same strength Legba does.
Specifically, Legba has the strength performance stuff that, you know, has some
maxed out.
Yeah, some oomph to it. That's true.
So his strength is effectively 5 times that if he's pushing something on wheels.
Right.
But what was Legba going to bring up?
Legba's going to ask him. He's going to engage him in a conversation briefly. He's going to say, Magistry, do you have goals of your own?
Was that a statement or a question? I couldn't quite hear.
Sorry. He asks him the question. Do you have goals of your own?
Debating how self-aware this guy is. Yeah. He says, I have a purpose.
Do you like your purpose?
I think there's a pride in his voice when he says, I know nothing else and want nothing else.
If we succeed in this challenge, how will that affect your purpose?
I do not rightly know.
Think on that and witness. And then Legba walks past.
Sure, yeah. Witness me, motherfucker.
Waiting for a spanner in the guy's brain.
Right. But yeah, you know, the magistrate nods and, you know, motions you all in. As you are walking in, you watch as 15, 16-year-old guys in like, you know, very kind of classic Roman toga kind of attire jog out to your horses and start not necessarily stabling them, but like tying them up or, you know,
Hobbling them.
brushing them down, some stuff like that.
Hobbling them?
Yes. I believe that is the correct term. You're basically making sure that they're not wandering off and stuff like that.
Stake them into the ground.
Yeah.
It's like encumbering a hoof.
Mhm.
So that they can't just run off.
Yep. But also there's definite like feeding and brushing down, not removing a bunch of their stuff, but at least like standing by and watching. Notably, there's a stable boy, for lack of a better term, for each horse, which I believe is 4. As you all march walk into the passageway. It is dark, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is no lights in between. There's no torches or sconces or anything like that. And as the last of you, whoever it happens to be, steps through, actually I'm going to say it's Rilla. Magistry just kind of turns on heel and follows you in. And as he's walking, you can hear him talking, and it's echoing down the whole tunnel, and says, "I do not know what metal you have, METTLE, but if you have made it this far, then you're worthy of this challenge. If you fall, I will attempt to rescue you, but accidents do happen. And if several of you fall at the same time, I may not get to you in time, and that will be unfortunate. But this challenge also has no mercy. You are... Go ahead.
Is this a physical challenge?
It is a rich, booming Hercules level of laugh, and says, yes, this is. And I think that's actually pretty spot on for you guys to step out, and basically see the open, not the Colosseum, right? We're nowhere near there, but a big arena. In my head, I'm thinking of the one from the start of early parts of Gladiator, out in the African desert. It's it's very, very heavy with canvas flapping tarps. That's it.
Sunshades.
Yeah, sunshades. That's a better term. There is a loud cheering crowd as you all step out. And notably for Life Sight, there are no people up there. To even add in for Mind Sight, there are no minds up there. It is just the appearance of people. But it's, a couple thousand people. You have quite the audience.
Forces-based effect going on?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, something in forces. Potentially, mind, I think by definition wouldn't be able to see past the hallucination because it is in your mind. I can't remember exactly how it works. Don't stress about it. But yes,
if it's within the purview, you can penetrate it.
And see, there's a part where it talks about the concealment. If it's forces sight cannot see through invisibility, is one of the ones that they call out. So regardless, I'm just going to tell you it is not significant, other than there's no actual people up there. It is just a audio-visual hallucination. The crowd is cheering and roaring, and as you all step out from the tunnel itself, and I imagine not going too far into the gladiator pit, you can see there's spots of dried, brown red blood. There's, some broken rock and debris, like a fallen over, crunched up chariot that is just now part of the debris on the field. And the big portcullis behind you shuts, because of course there's a big old portcullis, right? Magistry, as the portcullis closes, the Magistry kind of leans back against it, hand on his gladius, and kind of does a little throat clearing, get your attention kind of thing, and says, "You may wish to unlimber yourselves of packs and extra equipment and ready your weapons," as he looks across the way as there's a portcullis starting to raise up on the other side with dramatic slowness, which is code for, hey players, you have a minute.
So Theo's gonna gird her loins.
Sure. Literal definition. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Get the skirts out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me.
Are we actually going to be fighting with weapons?
I intend to.
You were told this is a physical challenge.
Weaponry 0. Okay.
Legba turns to Theo and says, "Would you like," or asks, "Would you like my aid?
I'm not particularly good with weaponry, so
Would you like to be the best you've ever been?"
sure.
I think, and appreciate where this is coming from. Legba asks if make a man out of you. We'll get there eventually.
I have a question. The superlative luck applies to mundane rolls. Is an attack roll a mundane roll that would work on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, basically mundane is anything not supernatural.
All right, let's enhance your weaponry. Oh, wait, you don't have it, do you? Right? Weaponry 0? Great. This is why.
Mine
Adept
4
of
is
mind.
actually really
What you
good
need.
to have now.
Indeed.
Gain skill.
That's right. Okay. So let's pull it up.
What weapon do you have, Theo? If any.
I'm going for a spear, but I'm looking up a spell.
Are there like weapons around?
That's the next thing I was going to bring up. There is a small little weapon rack that has ye mundane archaic weapons. So there's a solid like long spear, boar spear kind of thing. There's a shield and a couple gladii. But I know several of you are already carrying weapons, so.
Chain.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see.
My only hesitation is if I want to give this buff to everybody.
It's just some additional scale.
I got one over each tree.
Okay.
Advanced duration.
Whoops, wait, Gnosis. Gnosis
Like
3
if I take
says 2 paradox.
the -2 to increase scale, how many people would that cover?
2 people. But if you're at advanced scale, it'll cover 5 people.
If you're at advanced scale, you don't need the penalty.
-2, right.
Yeah, so I'm overreaching by 2 already, so I could overreach by 3. That'll be fine.
I was assuming Jules did not come inside.
Oh,
I didn't actually clarify.
that's a good question. Jules not being a fighter, and also not technically being one of the mages tested, I'm because it's less things for me to deal with. I am a-okay with like Magistry walking in, leading everything, grabbing Jules by the back of the collar, and just a gentle tug back and just a hand around his shoulders, like, no, you stay right here, kind of moment. Actually coming back real quick to Craig's spell, which does successfully go off, shadow sculpting. So let's talk that out, because it's been a couple weeks since we played mage. What's that look like, dude?
So she just reaches into the shadow that the sun is casting behind her,
Mm-hmm.
and grabs it, a hunk of it, and stretches it out with her hands to form like a long spear. It'll be a durability 2, has a +2 equipment bonus. Cast no shadow of its own. It's an extension of her own shadow, basically.
Just big long black spear with
Yeah,
any
like from
particular
300.
shape, or is it just like super simple, like more of
Just straight, simple, big leaf blade on it, like right out of 300. Her intent is for it to be a defensive weapon rather than an offensive one.
Sure. Ralph is casting intrinsic understanding with a little bit of overreach. What are we doing with the paradox there?
2 mana.
Okay. So
And that potency penalty is incorrect.
Okay. And using with the Yantra bonus, I imagine. Actually, you don't have a dedicated magical tool.
Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
So the yantras are Shadow Name, High Speech, and my chain as a path tool yantra.
Cool. Definitely works for me. And then 2 overreach. Gnosis 3 is still just 2 paradox each, right? Yeah, because it's not until
that's
5.
right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So spending 2 mana. So 2
Oh wait, sorry. Let's spend 4 mana.
Okay.
No,
So
3
just
mana.
a chance
Sorry,
die.
one regular die.
Okay.
Oh yeah, excellent. Doesn't accrue.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And go ahead and roll that, and then do ashes.
Oh wait, no, that's not a dramatic failure because it's not a
right.
chance
This
die.
is regular
So
die.
yeah, cool. And I'll roll again. The potency penalty is incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
I need to
Just
reduce
increasing
it
or
by
decreasing
another. I'm decreasing it
Oh.
or increasing the penalty.
Okay.
So taking more dice away.
Sure.
So that would be another 4 additional potency.
Okay.
Cool. Great. So 7 dice.
And then Ash, same kind of question about your yantras and paradox there. You're overreaching by 2, so that's
Yeah, I
4.
need to adjust this some because I need 4 reach instead because I think I was taking instant one to switch duration and potency as the
Mhm.
main one, then another one for advanced duration after that,
Okay.
and then one for advanced scale, which will
Okay.
cover all of us, right?
Yep. So cool. So that's 4 reach. So 3 overreach at Gnosis 3, which
Gnosis
is
3.
6 paradox.
And for the yantra bonus, I can use 3 yantras, right?
Mhm.
I've got 1, which is my craft skill because this is a rote for me.
Okay, cool.
I've got the shadow name.
Oh wait, hang on. It's a rote for you. It's a
Yeah.
rote. That means that you have 2 more free reach because it's
Oh.
it's a 3-dot spell, and you're casting as if you were a master with 5 dots.
Mhm.
Okay, well
So-
then I don't overreach.
You
I guess.
overreach by 2
By 2,
instead of 4.
okay. Then yeah, and my 3rd yantra was going to be my magical tool,
Okay.
so that cuts that out.
So
And also makes it a 7 yantra bonus, not 6, right?
what was your craft skill? Was how much?
3.
And then what else were you adding?
Shadow Name.
I actually think I might have been doing that wrong. The shadow name math.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's only 2. The shadow name and theme.
So still to 6, but yeah.
So still 6.
So it's still 6. Okay.
Go above 5, right?
All right. So just 1 paradox. If you spend a mana, then that is not a success.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And Theo gets weaponry 5, athletics 4 for the scene. All right.
Okay.
Talk about having some defense.
Okay.
Do we still have time, or are they on us now?
Yeah, you're basically you
We're all
got
going
time for.
pretty much.
Okay,
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Can you do a chance die for paradox?
Oh yes. And Ash has the exceptional success. And since you swapped duration and potency,
You
no-
get 3 rolls.
right? Normally it's a potency spell, right?
It's normally a duration spell, and you get potency rolls.
So would you like
at
to
the
use your
quality.
exceptional success? A, gets your willpower back, but B, do you want to take an additional step in the primary factor, which would give you 4 potency?
Yeah, seems good.
Okay.
Do I get a willpower back if I didn't spend 1 on the roll?
Yeah, if
Okay,
you got
cool.
an exceptional success on a spell cast, you get willpower back. Oh,
All right, so
God.
everybody gets 4 rote quality rolls.
Songbird!
Hey, everybody, it's back.
With freaking
My favorite
8
spell.
reach. all
It
the
is.
bonuses.
Instant. Duration.
Mm-hmm.
Swap to potency.
Mm-hmm.
Scale.
Mm-hmm.
Knockdown.
Mhm.
Stunned.
Stunned.
Thrown and ranged weapons.
Sure. Yup.
So 6 dice of paradox.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna spend some mana on this one. I think I'll actually
spend on this.
perhaps maybe think about that. I'm gonna spend. I can spend 2 per turn, right? Because I'm casting 2 cantrips.
And you have Gnosis too. Yep.
I will spend 4.
Okay, so that leaves 2.
God damn it!
2 successes. Imagine how much worse it could have been, though.
Oh wait, hold on. No, wait, never mind. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Roll your wisdom. Also, for anybody who's out there who's like, man, it takes forever to cast magic spells in Mage. Hi, do you see how many spells we just cranked out in like no time?
Be out here.
Get your 2 bashing wounds, which are actually going to matter right now.
Yeah, that's why I spent mana.
That's true. That's very true. And then roll the actual spell, which is going to be 4, 8, 11, 9? Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris. Welcome back,
Jesus
bud.
Christ.
There's a comment, by the way, on the heart game and talking about how Chris avoids making rolls when GMing. Like it's a smart move.
I don't want to put these rolls onto the players' outcomes. You know what I mean?
Right. And Craig, what was the additional spell that I rolled Paradox for?
I figure I might as well go all the way with the imagery, and she's crafted a large, like a big brass, like a shield to go with the spear. It's still a shadow, but doing the whole gladiator imagery thing.
All right, cool. No, I am here for this. Let's see here. I should have had weapons pulled up just in case.
I also want to briefly describe the Imago for intrinsic understanding. Of course, it's chain based, so like the sees everything, right? And so for Theo's experience, all of a sudden, she feels a chain linking her mind to the supernal notion of fighting and competence, indicating from Legba's perspective that it's available all along, and that your inability to be proficient is just a consequence of certain limitations in the material world.
Hell yes. One thing, though, that I will bring up to Craig, what is your strength?
Strength is 2.
Okay, you cannot use a spear one-handed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, spear normally requires a strength of 2, and it's two-handed. You can totally do it with one-handed, but it increases the strength requirement by 1.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll just use the spear then.
Okay.
I think you didn't take a penalty if your strength is insufficient. So if you wanted to use it one-handed, I think you take a penalty equal to the difference.
A -1 die penalty for attack rolls, correct. So yes, you could do it and just suffer a attack penalty, but then get your shield.
Yeah, I want to get the armor, so sure.
Cool.
What was the slash gave us?
Superlative luck on 4 rolls.
So
Doesn't apply to spells, but for mundane rolls, you get the rogue quality on.
Okay.
Notably,
plus
shields
3.
actually do shields provide armor?
Why not? I can use shadowcrafting to create armor. I'm just calling it a shield.
That's fair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems.
I mean, it could have been a breastplate or greaves or whatever,
yeah,
right?
makes sense.
Sure.
Mine is a +3 weapon bonus, which is extra damage, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
+3 damage on my gun.
Kinetic blow.
Not on your gun.
What does it do for guns?
Armor piercing.
Oh,
Okay.
you cast it on everyone?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, it's on
Spend
a pile of weapons around the area,
Yeah,
like
so-
whatever
Oh,
people
right.
can be picking up.
Yeah, spending that 8 reach, you might as well just crank everybody's stuff.
And if I can indulge in that Imago, I think it's her just sort of reaching out and just like plucking the string of the instruments. It's like at their heart, and just setting them to vibrate to their like closer to their
Do you crank it
perfect
to 11?
But I mean, not to 11, right? There's still more potency I could have gone with.
That's true.
But yeah, it's almost it's somewhere between music and spirit in how she approaches that sort of part of forces, right? It's not okay. This isn't quite lightning, but I can do this for sure.
Which also makes me realize I should have Rilla pulled up real quick. Actually, did I finally put her in Roll20? Ah, there she is.
Hey, Chris, does that apply just to the weapons that were lying around, or the Shadowcraft one I just did?
No reason it wouldn't apply to that.
Whatever people are wielding.
Yep. Shoot. Nope. Rilla is still not in. Well, Rilla is half in Roll20. Shame on me. I only had 3 weeks to prep this out, and I was prepped really well for a bunch of the players, and then forgot Rilla and Jules for that matter. There we go. But yes, Rilla is actually probably in a match to Ash. Has a rifle. She's not great with it, but she's okay with it.
She's got a Remington.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. Love that rifle. Anyways, so yes, as you all kind of turn, not necessarily inward, but adjust, check on everybody, make sure everybody is, prepared. Rilla is, cycling her pistol and has a literal little pouch of ammo, because Remingtons have that lovely little feed mechanism. Anyways, and you hear behind all of you, effectively, Jules going, "Oh," as the portcullis lifts, and you all turn back to it and find the portcullis is not lifted all the way open. It doesn't need to, because stepping out from the half-open portcullis are 5 rather large lions. Yeah, it's what it said on the tin, right? Of note, all 5 of them they all appear male lions, big, huge manes, which Jules and Rilla may later comment. It's like, those are like really, really big manes. Like, those are really, like, it's not kind of normal. That's not how they look at. And the tawny, fur is darkened in places, in symbols and shapes. You can't necessarily, because these things are in motion and having to, realize that you're looking at lions, but they definitely have runes emblazoned in their fur, and one would suspect down into the skin. So yeah, and Rilla, lever actions, her rifle goes, "Those are really big lions." Yeah. I believe the turn is, and then I started blasting. So yeah, we can definitely roll initiative, which I think Roll20 is going to be all set for that. Yeah, cool. Oh,
Click on our names, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I should pull.
Find mine.
Everybody's names should be visible.
I just have to move my character sheet so I can get to it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Wait, Ghost. Ghost, get out of here.
Garbage initiative. Because a big gun is -4.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it.
Yup.
Same situation with Chain.
Oh, right. How does it do the fast reflexes again?
It is going to be a flat bonus added in, because remember, initiative is just a D10, and then you add bonuses. So one of those bonuses is it is in there. I can see the 3, because it's your die roll plus stat, and then plus 3 for your fast reflexes, because you have fast reflexes 3, and then minus 4 for your roll.
Really good.
Which reminds me,
Now's
really
a good time to roll a 10.
2 and not great athletics, because it's lower of dexterity. Sorry.
Yeah, lower dexterity or wits.
All right, let me do this the way. No, wait, that's defense.
Oh, for initiative?
Yeah, dexterity plus composure.
Yeah. It's invariant dexterity plus composure.
7, minus 4. Oh, 10. Good job, Brillo.
Mine's actually.
Oh, I saw you just adjusted.
Didn't have my guns.
Mm. All right.
It's all right. Y'all can have y'all go ahead. Have a turn.
You guys can go first before I mop everything up. And sorry, I should have had this ahead of time. 6, 3, 4, 5.
Hate that.
Oof.
Tiger, burning bright. I apologize. Okay. And then 13, 9, 15. So, that
I got
one.
some good initiatives.
The 16. I was like, what are you hating on? Oh, okay, I see. All right, good stuff. So I have 2 tigers up first. Okay, cool. Excuse me, tigers, lions, bears. Oh my. So how many times am I going to make that joke today? I'm going to grab stats real quick and move them so that I have them all in the same place. Okay, sorry about that all. All right, so yes, the lions immediately are separating out and kind of moving in a kind of fanned out shape. You all have enough time in reacting to at least, effectively put your frontline fighters up forward and have other folks stepping back, which I imagine is going to be Legba stepping up front because actually has a melee weapon. Theo, I imagine, is still kind of staying back because A, you have a spear, and B, it sounded like you're being a little bit more on the defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then is Isabel kind of stepping up to protect the others, or is she pulled back and using as much range as she can?
Medium range.
Gotcha. Yeah, and this is more just for visual.
I
think Theo was going to try and split off a little bit from the group to try and pull one away so that they're not all concentrated in one area.
Okay. Sure. Cool. Well, in that case, we'll have one of the. I said tigers on all of these, and I'm an idiot. They're all lions. Sorry, everybody ignore that.
Bears.
You just said tiger burning bright.
Right.
Seems like you were using that as a way to count.
Yeah, and I just. Cool. So yeah, we have one of the first tigers. They're tigers now, guys. I'm not gonna fight it anymore. They're just tigers.
Hey, let's get some teas in the chat, y'all.
Yeah. If you have,
they're great.
Chris will no longer be joining us.
And all 5 tigers turn and attack Isabel.
So 11 dice. What is well, actually, we'll just do both of these at the same time. Legba and Theo, what is your defense? And for Theo, remember that you have +1 from the spear.
8.
Okay.
Is that including all of the bonuses? Dex and lower dex wits? the weaponry or the athletics, and then your
That's
mage
what the
armor?
character sheet is telling me.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if that's accurate or not.
Gotcha. My defense is 10 right now.
Okay. Which means I will be rolling 1. Okay, so the first tiger, because that's what they have always been, leaps at Legba, and I imagine with the chain and the combat style that Legba has, it's not necessarily a jumping backwards; it's much more of a getting in closer kind of approach and getting under the claws. And yeah,
forward.
these things are rather on the enormous size. They are size 7. Yeah, they are big.
Excellent.
Right.
More neck to squeeze.
All right, man.
Get your arms around it.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Well, you got a chain for
That's
it.
what the chain's for, yeah. So
Now I'm picturing Legba in Princess Leia bikini choking a hut with chain.
Yes.
Fan art.
The classical painting of Hercules ripping the
Mhm.
Sure, yeah.
lion's
Yep.
mouth
That's
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, you two are, well, Legba and one of the tigers is currently engaged in a bit of a tussle. Unfortunately, Theo, this tiger has gotten in close enough and is slipping past the spear for 3 successes, which is going to be a little bit dicey here. I believe it's just going to be 3 lethal, but I'm double checking.
Lethal.
Claws.
Claws.
Yeah, claws are lethal.
I mean,
Sure.
baseball bats do lethal.
I mean,
Now that said, that's before
not
armor.
using death armor.
Right, and those is it. That's
Right.
before armor. So, but yeah, death armor is
Oh, yeah,
actually
mage armor.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
No such thing as lethal.
not for Amoros. But yes. So yeah, Craig, you can let me know what kind of
So you take 7 bashing.
Shadow Shield will take 2 of that.
shadow shield.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Has an armor of 2.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of like the
Shield.
death shield spell.
And death armor, reflexively turn on death armor, and that gives all lethal becomes bashing.
Correct. Cool.
So that's 3 bashing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's just 1
One
bashing because
bashing.
I'm not seeing any bonuses to damage other than that's just the combat die pool. It's just the flat number. So there's no weapon damage. Because I'm just using antagonists. These aren't fully kitted out folks. But that also puts this in Theo's territory.
Okay. It's been a while since I've done an actual attack. See if that works. I rolled it. Oh, right, but there's going to be questions. No modifiers. Well, -1 because I'm using a spear one-handed.
No problem.
+3.
I already got it factored in, I thought.
Oh,
No.
Okay, yeah, so I had 3 to that then. Oh, I made a note. I didn't actually add it in. Okay.
Gotcha. All right. So, what I should have done is mentioned its defense, which is 7. So let's pull up. There we go. We drop the last. Wait, 1, 2. How much did you actually roll?
6.
6. Okay. So yeah, that was a chance die.
Okay.
So yeah. End result is a miss. I apologize. Yes, for everybody's sake, write it down. They have defense 7. Of course, this is where you get in on combining attacks because each one will incrementally lower it. And so just to keep track of all these and my sanity, we have Tiger 16, Tiger 15. I feel like I'm calling out jets.
Red 5 standing by.
Yep. Tiger 13, Tiger 9, and Tiger 7. And Theo is currently engaged with Tiger 16. All right, and which obviously means that Ralph is currently dating Tiger 15. Tiger,
Sounds
excuse
good to
me.
me.
Yeah.
I'll do a tiger. Seen them stripes?
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Cool.
Give me your tigers in the jungle. Give me a break. It's a good Tuesday afternoon.
Like, but
This
we
is
can, like,
this is where we reach out to the furry portion of our audience.
Right.
That's right. Exactly. Chris.
Oh Lord. Can't take any of you anywhere. But is that it?
Oh yeah, there's
imagining-
somewhere you can take us all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Ralph in like tiger fur with stripes and stuff with his
Ooh,
body.
now.
I was imagining Legba on a date with Anthro Tiger.
Yes.
Leg but don't kink shame. Come on now.
I said
It's
no
all
werewolves.
state of-
I
it's all
didn't say
state of mind,
anything
baby.
about were-tigers.
That's right.
But they're
bastard.
tigers.
What bastard. I know all about them bastards playing Werewolf the Apocalypse. Let me tell you, they got some gifts. You know what I mean? Chris knows what I mean.
Something Catwoman. Anywho. Onto the scary and terrifying combat, guys. Jeez Louise.
I'm so scared. So scared.
Y'all respect the scary dragon
The
that
startle.
Chris throws at people, and I'm over here having to like, okay.
Nobody tried to date Chris's dragon.
That's true.
True. It was an option.
You could have tried,
It was
It
yeah.
was being offered.
Dragon killer. Like, so Tiger 13, I think is probably going to move in on Legba. Down here. Your defense is
Cumulative
one
defense
lower.
is 9.
9, thank you.
You're welcome.
Which means I have 2 dice to roll at this.
Yes, indeed.
So that is 3 lethal, air quotes.
3.
Why do I
Oh, you
keep doing
forgot
that?
to get.
It's just 1 lethal. I don't know why I keep
One lethal.
adding magic damage to this stuff.
No worries. I take 1 lethal.
Have you activated Mage Armor at all?
Yeah, he has mind armor on.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I hadn't heard it, so just wanted.
That's what I said at the beginning. I said
Okay,
I
and like I
made
said,
armor.
that's just me.
Cool,
Okay,
no big deal.
that one has gone, which actually puts it onto Legba. So currently dealing with Tiger 16 and Tiger 13.
Fantastic. Great. Let's go for 16? Okay, so I'm dating Tiger 16.
Excuse me,
I thought you just
15
said
and 13.
Tiger 15.
I should just
Okay,
read
cool.
my own notes and not just do it out of my memory.
No worries. Legba ignores the first one that struck. Oh no! Come on, kill the one that struck him. All right. And uncoils the chain around his wrist, and then snaps it out to encoil the neck of Tiger 13,
Sure.
preparing to groat it
Mhm.
from below and choke it out. All right. And you said defense 7, right?
Defense 7.
And you can roll it as rote.
Thanks.
That's
Said
true.
4,
Have
right?
up to
4
4 of
rolls?
those. Yep.
Excellent. Yeah. So Legba is going to roll strength brawl. Got that up there. Yep. Spend 1 willpower. Roll is rote.
The big
And
die.
subtract 7. Oh, subtract 4 total.
Oh, because adding willpower. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
1 success.
1. So that's 1 plus 1 from strength performance
3
Plus
extra
4.
damage from me.
from the chain. So yeah, that's taken into account kinetic blow.
Okay.
And all the riders apply. So Tiger 13 is stunned and knocked down.
Which gets us to the next part.
Take
Chris,
6
and-
lethal. So
6 lethal is definitely going through. Yes. Chris, I need you to make a Dosis plus forces.
Damn it.
You're going to be doing a bunch of these, bud.
Probably not.
No, because it's not a dispel. It is just the clash of wills between kinetic blow and the ward on this thing.
the runes.
Okay, so it is knocked down. It is not knocked down or stunned.
Alright.
And that was
That's kind of confusing to me. But I mean, I'll take the extra damage. That's kind of the more fun part of it, but it's like interesting to me that it rejects part of a spell, but not.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those things I went over and I was like, we're going to talk, because the actual effect that it has in some of these wards, without going into the meta, because you guys haven't studied it, it's basically not armoring it, it's keeping it on its feet and keeping it upright, and there's also some physical attribute bonuses too. So
anti-eating armor.
Yes. Actually, quite legitimately, it can't be no force motion. Effectively, is the way to look at it.
No yoking.
Yeah. Sorry, going back. 6 lethal.
Yes.
2, 3, 4.
And I initiate a grapple because it's successful.
Oh yeah, because of the
have clinch strike.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which brings us to Rilla, who does a quick kind of step and shift and fires basically past Theo at that tiger, which has no defense because they can't dodge bullets.
Dodge this.
Yep. So 5. It's just Dex plus firearms, then, right?
Plus firearms. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah, and she is going to make this rote. So going to reroll 4. Right? No.
3.
3. Yep.
No, 4. It was 4.
Yeah.
You rolled 5 dice.
Right, but she got the 8.
Wow. Okay, yes. I'm bad.
It's all good. So 2 successes, and actually, because you happen to have a rifle, how much damage does the rifle do?
I've got a shotgun. It does 3. I think the rifle does less.
I think it does 2.
I think it might be 2.
Rifle does 4. That's
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
More focused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, the shotgun does have the oh, actually her initiative should be a little slower. But no, the shotgun has 9 again, by the way. In case you don't have that written down.
I did not.
The rote's going to cancel it out, but good to know for the future.
Let's see here. 2 and 5. Yes, 6. Dodge this. 3, 4, 5, 6. I know we made the dodge this joke earlier. I apologize. Cool. Yeah, she fires and there's a impact of the slug hitting. There's no blood. There is torn flesh. But yeah, there's no blood or anything like that. And the tiger doesn't growl. It is definitely this very unnatural kind of moment where it's like, that's not how animals behave.
Interesting. Is this a similar reaction to what happened when Legba just attacked?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the tiger is obviously physically disabled by a chain, like choking it and stuff like that, but it doesn't actually, you have not heard any of them growl at all. There's no big like displays of in roars or anything like that.
I was trying to verify whether or not you were trying to describe guns not doing things.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, it definitely seems to be working just fine.
They're just not real live animals, so they're not like bleeding.
Yep. Far more construct than created animal. Tiger 9. I think is going to.
Isabel's decently in the open.
Okay, I appreciate that. What is your defense?
8.
8. I get to roll 3 dice. You take 1 lethal, depending on armors.
That was with life armor already up.
Oh, life armor does defense. Okay, cool.
Defense
And armor.
Half your life
General
has
armor.
armor. So.
Oh, that's right. That's the one that does the split. Okay, good
You-
stuff.
You automatically take 1 bashing minimum?
Only
Or
from
is that only with-
ballistics. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, which puts us to Gisela with the shotgun.
Okay, I'm gonna take the one that Cloak had already done.
And
A
has
lot
the
of damage
groat
too, right?
around.
It's the most hurt one, right? Because
They're equally hurt, actually. So,
okay.
yes. But Legba is the one who's dealing with 2 currently, so...
yeah, I'll go for the one that is being choked out. Maybe you can take one out.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
So it's a Dex firearms,
Mm-hmm.
and then I roll it.
If you wish.
Oh yeah, and defense doesn't matter because
Correct.
it's gun.
They cannot dodge bullets. I definitely did consider that, but I was like, okay. Those would be particularly scary.
When you only
tactics.
send 1 or 2 of them.
Right. Damn.
Holy shit.
And it's plus 3 damage on the gun, and it's armor piercing if they have armor.
They do not have armor. Oh, that's true. Actually, how much extra? No extra damage on the guns. They just get armor piercing. Right.
You get armor piercing, yeah.
Okay. And
I think she might have been counting the weapon modifier for the gun, not the kinetic blow bonus.
Right. No, that's fine.
No, the 3 modifier I have in here was willpower.
It's
'Cause
9
that-
total.
Yeah, 9 total
I was
damage.
just mentioning in your support what you were declaring. What's the total damage?
Okay.
Yeah, I think
No,
that was-
I was actually thinking about really doing damage. So that is awesome. So that's 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now into aggravated. 2, 3. Notably, and this is the part where you guys would be like, and this is where the tiger stays down, and meanwhile the tiger is still writhing and fighting against Legba's grip, and it's like, oh. Yeah, they also don't take wound penalties.
Cool.
Also, hi DMs, make your life a whole lot easier. Say NPCs don't take wound penalties and make your life just a little bit easier.
And if your player asks for why, say, because fuck them, that's why. Alternatively, a wizard did it.
Yeah. Do you see the arcane patterns in their tiger fur? Which actually, now that I think about it, is way cooler than lions with. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. And then we cut to Isabel.
Excellent. I'm gonna sort of dance away a little bit from the one that was up in my face
Mm-hmm.
and level both guns at the 2 that are engaged with Legba.
Okay. And so you're
I got
splitting your fire?
I'm making 2 attacks with a medium burst.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
because you have the
gunslinger merit.
gunslinger. Yeah.
Takes me 3 bullets.
Sweet.
As long as they're standing close together, I can do it.
Yep.
Which is a +2, but then -2 because it's 2 targets.
Right.
So it's even.
Gunslinger, so iconic, so good. And you said both the ones against Legba?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I am looking at the right tigers. 15 and 13. I have little notes. Legba. Like, yes, perfect. That one. Holy shit! All right.
Damn. That's a good
Um,
ass gun.
When you put a wheelie on a road, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that wheelie, that's what I'm talking about.
real quick, before you roll the next one, which attack is that on? The one that's wounded or not wounded?
Not wounded.
Okay. And that's just, straight 7 because there's no bonus.
What, 7
Wait,
plus
no,
weapon bonus?
7 plus what's the damage on the gun? Sorry, one more time.
Base 2 damage.
Okay, thank you. So 9. Holy shit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool.
willpower would apply to both rolls.
I'm fine with that.
It's an attack.
Mm-hmm.
You just roll twice.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to double check before I.
Yep. Oh yeah, because it's still a medium burst. Yeah. Oh yeah, just really holding back here. Yeah. So that's 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God, it's still up.
I have a question to ask after this.
Unless Isabel has something else.
Nope. She will shout out. Didn't want to steal your thunder there, Legba.
Or that was 8 aggravated onto the one that I had already, that Cloak and I had both already hit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yikes.
No, I think it was separate. It was, oh, that's right, it was. Oh, sorry. Yeah. That was the additional 8, yeah.
And what was your question, Ralph?
I misunderstood. The question was, are you going to need to roll Clash of Wills or Knockdown and Stun?
Oh,
for those 3 attacks for Gisela and then Isabel's 2 attacks.
I didn't know if the guns would do that.
Yes, because they still do the knockdown. So,
okay.
We'll just do these in order. Oh, no. No. No, roll it off. No.
Because it would have been really cinematic.
Oh, it would have been
Isabel's
perfect.
like,
and then
sorry, didn't mean to
fallen.
steal your thunder.
As they fall down, stunned, and knocked down. It's like, I guess I just got
another claw.
Right, yeah. So that's that. And the last
winking
tiger...
while blowing the smoke off the barrel.
Right.
Not quite that flamboyant, right?
All right. Well,
yeah.
Fair enough.
The last tiger moves in, I think, especially after watching Isabel just lay 2 more out. So your defense was 8 before, now it's 7.
Yes.
Okay. So die pool 4, so that's 1 more lethal. Yep. Armor just shrugs it off.
I was trying to remember if it stayed up for the scene. Is that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we come around to the ones that are first one is fighting Theo.
Just noting we're at 7:30. Maybe the end of the round is a good spot to break.
You know what? That's a good idea. Good job, Craig. Bonus points. Well, just like whose line is it anyways? It really don't matter. So, Twitch guys, go, pet some dogs.
Long time to say that, Drew.
Dude, I've had a week, all right? Thank you all for joining us. Twitch guys, go pet your dogs, get some drink, go to the bathroom, touch grass, go dance in the moonlight, do your thing. YouTube guys will be back after, you blink.
In case it wasn't implicit, I'm totally cool with anybody kill stealing.
Oh,
My characters at any point,
but
right? Like
that was very in character. That Isabel.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to make sure we had an out of character understanding.
Especially as Legba's like, I have 2 tigers fighting me. You can kill one. That's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
my
gonna yell
logic was like, maybe we can drop one and then you'll only have to fight one.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
You just say we're going to go and help Legba, and then Isabel holds out a hand and said, "No, he needs to do this on his own."
No, I can use
no, I don't. Captain Mal.
The firefly. Yep.
Transitions.
Trying through adversity. Yep.
This is his
He was
thing.
prepared to deal with it.
No. We can talk about that later. Do not let him throw me over the edge.
Yeah.
Oh,
If they
Lord.
try to swing at me and miss, I can then apply my fate dots to an attack against them.
If you dodge, that's
What
the
does
big
that
trick.
mean?
You have to forego your action to dodge, which basically, instead of getting a defense as a negative to their roll, you roll double your current defense, and for each success you have, you reduce their successes. And if you successfully dodge, then you can do your fate stuff. Mind has stuff to make somebody beaten down. Space redirects attacks.
Okay, so it's not just if they miss.
Right. You have to actively dodge, which does basically, that's where you get into the badass Mastigos who just kind of shrugs and goes, and then the guy just like, never mind, I don't want to fight you anymore. That's what I thought. Yeah. And I spent a mana. And because it is an attainment, doesn't, cause any breaking points and stuff like that. So, righto. Oh, yes. I get to start attacking. Again.
And then the murders begin.
We're top of the initiative, so Legba has full defense again. Oh, wait, no, hang on. This is Tiger 17, 16, not 17. Read what's in front of you, Drew. This is the one attacking Theo. Theo's defense is back up, which was how much again?
7.
7. So 4 dice. That's with the +1 from the spear.
Time.
Oh, 8, sorry.
Okay. 1 success, which you have, again, the shadow armor, just deflecting that, absorbing it. So that is that one. 15 is the not super wounded one attacking Legba. Legba, your defense is what?
10.
10. So that's right, 9. Hit 1 die on this one.
Okay. Take another lethal.
Land a paw. Actually, is that actually going to do damage? Because you have just defense, right? No armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's no armor.
And...
Yep. And 2 dice for the next one.
Okay. The next one is the one that is grappled, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So it's going to have to try and make it grapple.
That's Tiger 13, right?
That's right, yeah.
For that, Theo.
All right. The strength and weaponry for a spear attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to be throwing some willpower into that and make use of my doodly doo.
Was defense 7 for him, right?
Hell yeah. Yeah, defense 7.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, so I shouldn't have been rolling all those dice is what you're telling me, right?
Yeah, just
Okay.
re-roll it.
So I should
two
roll it
dice,
again. Just
basically.
2 dice, you can use your rotes. Don't forget about
Yep.
that.
Or willpowers.
we don't.
That's with the willpower in there.
That's with the willpower. You only get 2 dice. I don't know how to do that then. Okay.
Well,
Let's
with
do
the
it as a small
willpower, you
roll.
should get 3 dice.
-1 because of the spirit.
Oh, that's right, because you don't have strength 3. Yeah. Okay.
Your sum. Yeah, there you go.
And I can roll
there we
1
go.
again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And roll 1 more die.
Okay.
No, I
So-
refuse to roll a success. That will be a 1.
+5, so 6 damage.
Nice.
And then Chris, if you
Knockdown stun.
so, oh,
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
all right. So,
Finally knocked one down.
How much damage was that again?
6.
6.
1 for the success, and then +2 because of the weapon, and then +3 because of the doobly doo from Isabel.
And yeah, the spear impacts, and there's I imagine this like the good stab, and then it just kind of tumbles and just
Gotta be
Like-
like a martial arts shockwave.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can animate it up a little bit.
that's true.
Little
Yeah, this is magic. Yeah, it doesn't have to make sense.
And I'm imagining the little toys with the standing tigers. When you press the base, they collapse.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so this one just flops over to the side, and, we're not going so anime as to put X's over the eyes, but yeah, just, very like, the hell just happened?
How about the rune of death appears in its eyes?
Or actually, far more specifically,
Knockdown.
it's just that freeze up that cats do when you put them in a harness.
Oh, yeah.
They're just trying to walk backwards.
Yeah.
For future reference, if your net modifier on your rolls is going to be -5.
Oh, okay.
So you could do strength plus weaponry -5.
Okay, cool.
Which takes us to Grapple Tiger. And that is a
Also-
opposed witch.
Bow strength brawl.
Strength brawl.
Mm-hmm.
That's a neat idea for a monster now, a grapple tiger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those exist. They're the big cats with the tentacles.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh,
neat.
Displacer Beasts, yeah.
Grapple tigers.
Grapple Tigers.
Amazing
Right.
grapple tigers.
Use my second rote, spend another willpower.
Okay.
I'm not taking a penalty to this.
Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, damn. All right. Let's see what happens.
All right.
That's a pretty good roll in there.
Right. Well, but he's got rope.
I mean, sure.
Let's make sure that my specialty gets counted too. I roll 9 dice.
I didn't count my special.
Roll off.
Well, it's already a success because I have strength performance, so I get +1 success.
Oh,
I'll
right.
roll one
Okay.
additional die,
Yep.
just in case. Come on now, Ralph.
Just need a slash.
Yep.
What are we rolling the additional die for?
For my specialty die.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I have specialty in grappling. And because it's roach, I don't need to worry about it then. 2, I'll roll it again. Nope.
Okay.
Cool. So I succeeded.
And then can apply a
Yep.
grapple action, I believe, right?
Yep. I'll apply damage.
Okay.
So rolled successes is 1 plus 3 from the weapon bonus.
Mhm.
Oh wait, no, it's +4 from the weapon bonus, counting kinetic blow. So that's
yes.
5 damage
All right.
as it tries to escape.
And this is the very classic D&D. Well, he only had 1 health left. But no, let me total the dice up. Damn it! Yeah, I'm on board. And which I imagine is just like squeeze, and then as the tiger goes limp, it just throwing it down kind of motion.
Yeah. Considering Legba's beneath, he has the chains crossed, right? Once it goes limp, then I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna pull the chain off in a flourish. And as it slides around his, lacerated neck, blood is going to spray onto the face of Tiger 13.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Which also, actually, no, because the grapple takes your turn, if I remember correctly, right?
I don't know.
They both act on the same.
Right, they act on the same initiative. You have the contested roll.
Okay, fair enough. Cool, works for me.
I appreciate that you did. We ended up grappling the one that you're adjacent to on initiative anyways.
Yeah, that's nice.
Convenience.
Yeah, actually, that's
Perfect.
true. Let me remove 13 out of there. Okay, cool. Miss Remington takes aim at the one that actually, no, her being not super great in combat, sees that the one Theo has thrown to the ground is just lying there, and so she switches over to the one who's currently assaulting Legba. And I have already forgotten what she is rolling. So 6. And we'll roll 3 more. Okay. So
Plus 4 damage.
5, 9 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Woo! It is still up, but looking like it's taken a beating, but doesn't seem to be showing any signs of tiring. Tiger 9. Oh, these were both after Isabel, I believe.
Both before Isabel?
Yeah, we've always had a Tiger 9.
No, I mean going after and attacking
Only
Isabel.
one.
Only one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, going after. I see. Yes.
Oh,
There was
yeah.
only one that was
Attacking it.
trying to
Yeah.
attack.
Correct. Thank you.
You see,
There
after
were
versus
2
after
on
here.
Yeah.
2 on
indeed.
Legba, 1 on Theo.
Yeah. Both.
But still leaves 1 unaccounted for.
Yeah, that's why I think it's 2 that were
think-
attacking Isabel. Because
Yeah, I
remember,
think
Isabel also had to
Oh,
reduce
yeah.
defense.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That's true.
No problem. So first attack on Isabel with the 11 dice and your defense of 3? Or, no, 8.
8?
Yep. Mhm. My total is 3. Why am I looking for a calculator? I roll here. Completely whiffs.
Hey,
And,
that's okay, Daddy.
Yeah, pointing at the... Actually, imagine, like, this is Isabel firing off, and then just this sweeping sidestep away from the kitty cat. Gisela.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to the one that just swiped at Isabel because she's got 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
And just shoot at that one.
Mm-hmm.
Need to find my dice box. It is hiding. Maybe? No.
It does. It do be like that sometimes.
I clicked it, just didn't register.
Oh, okay.
They have no defense because it's a gun.
Is gun.
I'll use another willpower, sure.
Sure. Are you rolling this rote as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Bad.
Dang.
And it's plus 3 also.
Right.
I guess the first one we're in, I had like 3 total not successes.
Mhm. Right. And then, Chris, if you'd be so kind as to give me that knockdown Clash of Wills. Okay. Isabel.
Me. She's gonna humble action roll back out of reach.
Right.
Come up.
Cool.
Only 3 PPUs, but
Right. Which actually, admittedly, if you had the 2 tigers attacking you, they're within arm's reach of each other.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool.
Just tumbling dramatically for effect and
Right.
narrative purposes. Doesn't actually mean anything because there's no attacks of opportunity.
Flourish.
Of
The name of your
course.
dress.
What's up?
Wind rushing past you.
Exactly.
Everyone needs a Ralph narrating your day-by-day activities.
Against the one
Hey,
that
I'll
Gisela
do that for
just shot.
people if you want.
Sure.
I would love that.
Oh yeah, let me call me. Put me in the background.
Plus 2 for the pistols?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 5.
Man, that would be so great just having that little buttery voice in my ear all day long.
Oh man.
So soothing. It'd be very zen.
Oh, you flattered me.
I think it was Is it Cat? Somebody was in Discord talking about finding all our voices soothing while listening to us, and I was like, oh,
That is so
I
kind.
appreciate that. Oh, 2 clashes of wills, please, Chris. No, and roll off.
Maybe.
Nope.
Rip.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm literally rolling double. Yeah, sorry, podcast folks. I'm rolling 8 dice against Chris's 4 every time.
I've only got Gnosis 2 and 2 forces.
But
Come
one
on.
of them has worked. We knocked one down.
That's
True, we did knock 1 down.
Um,
But to get back up though.
yep. Um,
Don't start singing.
Well, how long does the sun last?
1 round.
yeah,
round.
there's some.
One
I
round's
think you
not
actually
too
have to spend willpower, or otherwise it skips a turn. I'll have to look momentarily, or actually, Chris looks like they're looking. So that lets me roll the other tiger.
Choose
Charging.
your next action. Have your defense until you can act.
4 dice now on this attack. 2 successes against Isabel.
Alright.
Right. Tiger 16 skips the action and has half defense. Yep. But it does kind of push itself up to its feet, kind of wobbly and trying to look around, and you hear Rilla go, "Oh no!" as she realizes, "Oh, I should have shot that already." But that is its turn. Which brings us to... Oh, Tiger 13 is the one that's out. Okay, cool. The one still engaged with Legba. Still 10 defense, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got another success.
Here we go. It's gonna happen.
How hurt is Legba?
Legba is 3 lethal. No wound penalties yet.
All right.
Taking some hits.
I don't know how bad that. How many hit points do you got?
7.
Wound penalties will show up in your last 3 boxes. So
Yep. And also doesn't have any aggravated yet.
Mhm.
It's always spitting up
Oh
blood.
yeah, I always forget there's like a whole other track beyond
Mhm.
lethal.
Though, admittedly,
Yeah,
once
you
you
can
hit
tap
full
out it.
lethal, you start
It's
having
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta roll to stay up and stuff like that.
Yep.
But
Spend willpower
thanks.
even, I think, to keep taking actions.
More importantly, I can heal lethal.
Right. Aggravate's a little bit more of a problem. So that is Tiger 15. Theo, the kitty got back up.
Half defense is 4 or 3.
Rounded up, I believe. Right?
Cool.
I think that's right.
It does not specify, but generally everything in this game runs up
Right,
unless
that's
specified.
Ooh. With all the modifiers and stuff, and the weaponry, and spending a so 4 successes.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
+2 +3, so
9.
9.
1, 2.
Get
And
back
a
down,
clash of
kitty.
wills.
Just
Find out if you
skewering
just
it.
yell back down at them. Oh,
Oh.
Grease it up.
Oh, come on.
Boo.
You're doing this to
Proportionally-
hurt us, Drew.
Meanwhile, you do
Unfortunately,
have the
that's more.
crowd, right? You do have the crowd who has been cheering and booing and shouting and very clearly, by the way, on the side of the Tigers. Right.
that's how these things go. You get that on some of your bigger jobs.
Yep. So that was that one. Jean-Paul.
Yep.
Well,
you
like-
know what's happening here. Twirl the chain around and wrap it around Tiger 15's neck. Time to start sawing again. Gonna employ the 3rd rote action
Okay.
option.
Of 4, right?
Spin a willy.
Mm-hmm. That is a
I'm gonna
defensive
add
7.
I'm gonna add in the specialty modifier because I see it doesn't automatically apply.
Mhm. Yeah, it
This
doesn't
is
know how to
a
read
total.
those. Yep.
Exactly. So it's a total of 4 positive modifiers from willpower plus specialty, and then the -7. So
Mhm.
a net -3.
3 successes.
3 plus 1 from strength
Mhm.
performance is 4, plus 4 from the chain and kinetic blow.
Right.
Lethal.
Which save the Clash of Wills. That one just drops. And I imagine it's
Cool.
not even the garroting, it's just the sheer impact, especially with kinetic blow, that changes. You get karate chopped by a chain into the neck. The tiger just, never mind, I'm done.
Sweet.
Right.
Legba turns and yells in this this guttural animalistic expression that he's yelled like that before in the past, but this is probably the first time you've all seen him emote this way.
Hell yeah.
Like he's been restraining his delight in the violence, and this whole journey passing into the arena, he's been encouraged supernally to indulge in it. And so after dropping this tiger, after killing 2 in a row, I mean, he didn't do all the
Yeah,
damage
right.
to them.
But I
right?
mean,
But
yeah.
the experience of ending their existence.
Up in his heads-up display, it's just Petrichor like that.
Like, maybe Legba isn't all that bad after all. Where's this Legba? Why can't I have a beer with this Legba? Rilla fires at Tiger 16. Perfect. I'm not even going to spend the road on that just because I have sneaky stats and I know that will drop that tiger completely. It drops as I imagine Theo's still got the spear in it, and then it gets slammed by a rifle round and it collapses. And yeah, Rilla isn't exactly, delighting in, the combat side of this, but she does see a challenge that we're winning. Huh?
Isabel, the cheers are on.
Yep. Tiger 9. This time I remember, I'm not even going to ask. 3 at Isabel. Lately whiffs. And puts this in Gisela's corner.
Yeah, I'm going to reshoot at that one again.
Sure.
Those are the 2 that are left. Those are the ones that are on Isabel, right?
Yep.
I am not going to spend all power on this one.
Okay. I think we are starting to run out of 2 plus 3.
5 damage. Yeah.
We'll allocate these to the more wounded one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is approaching the end of round 3, so.
Oh, yeah.
We've had that many opportunities to roll road.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, you got 1 more round's worth if you've been using them every round.
Yep. Isabel.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
How many bullets you got?
In 2 revolvers.
I didn't
That's
reload.
very true. That's fine. You've shot 3 times. The shotgun I'm less concerned about, but I was thinking of 3 rounds per gun per round. But yeah, that's true. It's more of a 1, 2, 3, or yeah, that's true. Okay.
Specifically when you're
Dual wielding.
Dual wielding.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Because Ash, you probably have like a coach gun kind of double-barreled or something like that.
Yeah, the default one that the stats in the book have like 5 in the mag and 1 in the chamber, but like that's not the type of gun we have. I have a double-barreled shotgun.
Yep. No work. Jeez. 6 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sees.
Hey.
Oh, 1 gets knocked down.
Oh shit.
Nope.
Nope.
Not both. That'd have been into combat right there.
Yeah. And coup de grace. All right. Cool. Tiger 7. Actually, I'll leave this up to you, Chris, since they were the same damage. Which one is stunned and knocked down? The one that's coming up next?
The one that already runs.
Okay, cool.
Give it a chance. I ain't scared.
Sure. So it rolls 4 dice at Isabel.
Oof. Hey,
That might
damage.
actually do damage. Yeah.
Damage.
All right, because it got 3 successes, that's actually an exceptional for it. So it's going to
Cool.
no.
That's fine. Now it gets its rake attack.
Right. Now it does a pin. It automatically pins. Now it rakes you with its back
Swallow
legs.
hole.
Right? It's like, oh wait, hang on, what has happened here? No, none of that.
Which AC against stomach acid?
Tiger 16 is no longer with us. Bye bye. Tiger 15 is no longer with us. Bye bye. Theo.
Still 2 tigers on the field.
2 tigers on the field. 1 is knocked down, and 1 is got a really good swipe on Isabel. Probably the first time you've heard Isabel cry out in pain.
I'm just gonna do like the old lady, and rush forward with her spear.
With a spear. Spear and shield, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
With all the channeling power of like a babushka with a fucking broom.
That and their defense is 7.
Is 7.
7 minus 5. No successes.
Oh.
Rip.
All right. But in there, causing problems, poking it with a spear, and if nothing else, reducing its defense. Legba. Target now has 6 defense.
Mhm.
Actually, better question.
Yeah, which one did I run it?
Well, yeah, because which one was Theo attacking? Were you? Because one of them was knocked down. So I don't know if you calculated your die pool correctly.
Oh,
If you were
what about
attacking
for
the
the
one
one
that
that
was
Sounded
down.
like she was defending Isabel.
Oh, that's true. But
Sure.
I will give that to Craig.
yeah, that sounds good.
So yeah, one is at half defense because it is stunned and knocked down. The other is -1 defense.
Yeah, she would have gone after the greatest threat.
That's true.
Well, Legba, as a predator, goes after the weakest target. So immediately rushes over and wraps the chain around the neck of the stunned
Sure.
tiger and starts wrenching.
And just do your
Alrighty.
full damage. There's no defense with it being. Well, no, stunned. Yeah. Half defense.
I think it's
I
half.
guess
So
an additional penalty for being knocked down, I think, too. Maybe
Not
that's just an
defense.
advantage.
Can apply its defense. It attacks at a -2 if it wishes to.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. Perfect. Excellent.
so it's just 4, not 7.
Mhm.
So I'm at a net -1. Let's apply 3 from willpower. 1. Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm at a net 0 because of my specialty. So,
Nice.
willpower specialty. Meaning I'm rolling with a full pool. No penalty.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Alrighty. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah.
4 + 1.
5
plus
is an
the chain.
exceptional success.
Yep.
All right. So this is what happens. Finally, I've been able to do this in session. So if you get an exceptional success in grappling, then you get to immediately choose a damage maneuver. If you have clinch strike, you immediately get to do damage. So it means that I get to do damage twice, which would apply separately if the target had armor. But this means that the target takes 9 damage twice from the chain wrapping around its neck and Legba leaning back and
Literally
wrenching
just-
as hard as he can.
Removes the head. Yeah. Yeah. He's dead, Jim.
Beheaded a tiger with a chain.
Yup.
Yegba yells again, even
Mhm.
louder this time.
Yep.
Especially with the exertion. So
I am intimidated, but glad you're having a good time. Just like from afar, thumbs up.
Which brings us back around to Rilla, who is staring over, going bang. Just like there's some conversations we need to have later about this quiet, subdued Legba screaming.
I mean, he's working it out. It's fine.
This nearly so. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom goes the rifle. And Gisela.
Still not dead?
This is also the one that has taken, until just recently, almost no damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. This is the one that's on the ground, right?
No,
No, that's one he just killed.
decapitated.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of sneak around, level my gun at it, and shoot at it because I'm waiting. Like, it should be dead.
Decapitated.
Terrible.
Oh, get out.
yes, you get a prize for that.
That was bad, and you should feel bad.
4 successes, so 7 more damage on it.
Which should be.
You mean
yes,
they should feel
Should be enough
punished?
to kill it.
it is enough to kill it? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
I'm
we're
like,
the
why
ones that
isn't
were
it
punished,
dead
then.
yet? So I'm just sort of just like walk around, point at it from fairly close,
Right, and it's a shotgun.
and just
yeah.
like put it down.
Yeah. Which is true, yeah, I guess, because like we might be a little more squeamish about, well, now of course this is a self-defense situation anyways, but we might be a little more squeamish about putting an animal down, but like Gisela's slaughtered animals before, and
Yeah.
and this is an angry one. So I think the shotgun goes off. I think it's actually the rifle goes off, the shotgun goes off, and then there's this silence that settles over as even the crowd gets quiet. There's no great like hooping and hollering. There's a little there's no booing either. It's just things kind of settle.
One shade.
Right, yes, there's one shade. But Magistri kind of gives a like the slow clap of like, all right, good job, and releases Jules, and Jules like runs over to Isabel, who's taken some damage, and looking at grabbing at leg, well, not grabbing at leg, actually probably it's like looking at Legba and being like, are you calmed? Which actually for Ralph, and has Legba, does it turn off pretty quick, or is he still kind of riled up?
This is the first time he's done this in 2 years.
Right.
So he's sitting in a state, kneeling in the ground, looking at the blood. Oh, there's no blood. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's different. So he's not going to, he's going to be able to recover from it quickly. But you can see his chest heaving, and he's clenching the chain in his hands, and his forearms are pulsing, and his head is leaning down. So
definitely, so less berserker rage and more on the come down and like, okay. But yeah, Jules, Jules immediately checking and looking at everybody's, wounds, which I believe has, no, because Theo took some as well. Oh, but they're bashing. So yeah.
Got a bit of a bruise on her thigh.
Cloak is the only one that got like hurt.
3 lethal.
Yeah. 3, and Isabel took 1
for now.
Yeah, I know.
Isabel took 1.
Okay.
So,
what was that, Craig?
He was gonna Legba's looking the most injured, or Cloak.
Mm-hmm.
So Theo run over and just, do you need a hand, or you're okay?
Before Isabel reaches out a hand or approaches to heal, right?
Oh, she wasn't planning on it. She just like from a distance was just like,
oh, it just does it.
I'll let you deal with your stuff on your own, but you have to stop bleeding. Is kind of her thought process.
Okay, if it just happens instantaneously, then he's not going to say anything.
Yeah, it's just a 1 yantra thing. Cool. I don't know that she would think to
even ask
her permission to be healed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wouldn't have been a hey, don't heal me, I hate you. Right. It was just going to be a role play exchange of let me feel this for a little while. But it's not an important thing.
But she doesn't fuck with she doesn't fuck with any of your endorphins or anything like that, right? So it's
that's true. Yeah, mine's still racing. Chest still heaving.
We're just gonna stitch up those wounds.
Yep.
Stop bleeding, please.
All right, cool, great, fantastic.
2.
That's true. We need to see technically if it actually goes off.
Just a chance diarrheno. 1 paradox.
Nothing.
Okay, what's that? 5, 8. Yeah. Jesus Christ!
God damn!
Hey, Chris, the fight's over. It's okay. You can just relax. And 8 successes.
Podcast folks, I just rolled 8 on 8.
Suddenly, Legba's never felt better in his whole life.
Brimming with healing to the bone.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time he's felt that after brutalizing any being, especially a thinking being. So,
but as Jules is kind of watching that and is looking at Isabel, who's got just the 1 wound, I think. Or are you including?
No, she'll worry about that on her own in a second.
Okay, but yeah, and Jules is looking, and she's obviously taking care of Legba, and then kind of looks over at Theo, and like he has a moment where he's looking. I imagine there's some like rent clothes, right? Wherever the tiger may have attacked Theo.
Well, I think, yeah.
But then beneath it's just like some lines of bruises instead of like rends of flesh, I imagine. As opposed to the more zombie thing where it's not bleeding. It's just like, no, it just didn't cut through. More of a kind of vampire vibe instead of a zombie vibe. And he kind of looks and has a moment, and it just very calmly says, "Remind me to never fight any of you." But is everybody
He, like,
okay?
leans in and like just gives him a quick like kiss on the cheek. Just like they probably should have ran out here faster.
I mean, probably.
Anyways, have we earned titles? Augustus, Imperatus, I don't know.
Oh, can we get a
Anyone's
leaf
more familiar
crown?
with their Latin?
It's a little laurel crown. The magistry, is kind of laughing and is letting effectively the five of you. Legba is having a moment and is not. I imagine hasn't moved, so has an approach to like the group who's kind of getting together, and
Be there
lets you
for 1 minute.
Isabel will walk over there after he like stays there for a second,
Okay.
Awesome.
and it's just like a reach to put her hand out,
You're reaching down,
kind of
like offer
like
up.
offering to like pull him up or whatever.
We'll take a deep breath, and then recognize your presence, right? Like he's realizing he's been in this state for a little while, and then he'll gratefully accept your hand and pull himself up and say, "Thank you for mending my injuries and aiding me in the fight."
Of course. It was impressive how you fought, regardless of whether or not you wish to be proud of your skills.
It was skills honed over a time. Not a time I wish to return to, but I'd gladly do this again if you all suffered the risk of harm.
Next time we find some tigers.
He nods. And then he swings the chain around his forearm again.
Magistry.
And then, real quick, he walks up to Jules and says, "Jules, if you wish to learn to fight, we could train you."
He nods it. He kind of looks out at the chain and like even over. Well, actually, Theo, are you still carrying the spear and shield?
No, I think she would have just let the spell drop once the last tiger was down. It was clear there wasn't going to send like another wave or
Right.
something.
Yeah, the portcullis doesn't come back up.
Boss round.
Yeah. Round two.
Right.
Yeah.
Magistry swells up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna turn to him and be like, "Can we skin them?
Actually, of two things, is Magistry finally
I
going to get a
want
word in?
this magic rune tiger
Right.
pelt."
So the Magistry, as you guys kind of, there's the celebration of victory over here, and Isabel and Legba have a moment where, Legba kind of gathers himself, and Magistry, big booming voice says, "Well done. I guess I can call you gladiators after all." But as you are watching, Ash, the tigers are fast motion decomposing, and watching them fall apart in decomposing is a wrong way, more on a like atomic molecular dissolving kind of way.
You can just watch me like visibly deflate.
Like, oh, wanted them. But do you actually like make some mention of like, or even like pulling a belt knife to go skin or anything like
Oh
that?
yeah, I was about to like pull. Just like, can we have
Right,
the things we killed?
Right.
Can I have it?
Magistry kind of laughs and says, "A trophy? Really?"
Yeah. I got a road action left, right?
Technically, I guess, yeah. Before
It's
you,
wasteful just to kill them.
but real quick, what was everybody's? Because I saw two heads nodding about a trophy, but Isabel and Legba, what kind of
Just
reaction?
Like respect.
Mhm.
She wasn't gonna plan on it, but
Legba says, "I will have my answer to the question I posed you before we entered the arena."
And then we will get back to that. And Craig, what are you rolling the Gnosis plus Death on?
Just when she talked, maybe it should have been matter, but when she just like showed interest in grabbing a trophy, want to stabilize a section of hide to stop it
Gotcha.
from disintegrating.
All right. Oh,
Gnosis
roll
and
Clash of
death
Wills.
and matter are the same. So.
yeah. We're going to treat that effectively as a clash of wills.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you watch as like a portion, like already kind of mid, dissolve, just like pauses, and like the flesh around it, and there's like this tattered section of really weird fur and skin, effectively, right? Hide, and just kind of irregular pattern. It's definitely not the the full tiger to lay out or something like that, but it just kind of pauses and more of a counterspell, I guess, than anything.
Can it have a fate rune?
Sure. I don't know necessarily that it had a fate spell on it, but sure. I'm cool with it.
Well,
I
I was
mean,
using
I
her spell to do the rote action, so it makes sense. It would pick a fate rune.
Well, specifically, I don't know that because the
Oh, there
tiger's
was
The
spells.
road
spells.
action.
Yeah, the
One
tiger's
play.
spells specifically. I don't know that there's a fate. So, but the magistry, looks over to Legba, seeing that you guys did manage to grab a trophy, right? And kind of, again, well, initially Legba was the only one that had the magistry's like attention and respect initially, and kind of nods and says, "Ask your question again."
He was like considering if he wants to pose it differently. I will ask you a different question. What do you want for now?
For now, I want you gladiators to continue on and finish this journey successfully.
Do you wish to do anything other than this?
This is what I know. This is what I am for, and this is what I take joy in.
And he says, even though he suspects that it's a futile statement, Legba says, if you ever want more than this, yearn to reach the astral and try to find me, and I will aid you.
He nods and says, "That is not my lot in life, and I am quite content with what I have. But the intent of your words is appreciated." And like he's saying this as like kind of walking through and kind of leading you guys to the other portcullis, which as he gets closer starts to clank up, and as he kind of stands at the portcullis, not passing through, and as you all walk out of nowhere, just because Ash brought it up, Laurel Crown. It looks at Jules. Laurel Crown nods and says, "Be successful. I will be embarrassed if you fail me." Sorry, what was that, Chris?
Said you dropped this, king.
Right. But yeah, at this point now, he's like, you've passed his challenge, and if you fail later on, he's going to be embarrassed. So
He's gonna look bad. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And the tunnel causeway, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you step out into
Same place we entered.
Yep. The stable boys with their the horses are there petting. However, the sun has set. You emerge into is setting, and so you have that the really good desert sunset. Lots of color and stuff like that.
Right, beautiful.
Yep. And the stable boys like pet horses one last time, and then just walk back in and disappear down into the tunnel as you guys kind of step back out what appears to be hours later.
Wow. Legba's holding the crown in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The crown didn't disappear.
Yep.
Cool.
It did not disappear down the tunnel. That would be the shittiest. No.
Here's a laurel crown.
Yep.
It's a thought that counts, right?
Yeah.
Is it like metal or actual laurel?
It is actually to jump over to Isabel. These are living leaves.
Oh. It was fun to play at being a warrior. Thank you very much for your assistance.
You're welcome. You are a warrior. I hope you retain that memory and understanding.
Going to adjust mine onto my head.
Right.
And tuck my little fur scrap away.
Yeah, Rilla's, I think you two had your little moment of, adjusting each other's laurel crowns. Yeah.
Isabel's definitely teasing Jules about his.
Oh, Jules has absolutely took 1 second to say, no, I'm wearing this. But he while he is wearing it, he is definitely there's a quiet conversation of watching you all were amazing. I wish I could have helped, but he was holding me back. And he says it with a grin. He knows this is not his fight, A, to perform in, and B, probably wouldn't have helped all too much. He's not as
just turn around and hand him a shotgun.
But he is notably, especially because I imagine over the year between Gisela and Isabel, he is a notoriously bad shot. He has tried. It's not even the I'm afraid of guns and they make boom sounds. It's just his aim is terrible. Actually, Isabel may know that he probably actually needs glasses. But not exactly a super easy thing to get, make, and maintain out in the frontier.
Well,
yeah, I know.
Would just be able to resolve that problem fairly easily.
Right.
That's right. We got a lot of sand around.
Awesome.
So that's basically sunset. We should be setting up camp.
If you guys want to camp here next to the butte,
Might as well.
But yeah, Isabel's very much leaning in and whispering things in his ears, calling him Caesar and stuff like this, and
oh yeah, the blushes are real. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm eager to consult the book.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, Isabel started breaking out some stuff to make a fire and
cool.
Get to
Once she
cooking
does
and
that,
stuff.
Legba goes over to Jules again.
Mm-hmm.
And says, I realize my suggestion might have been a bit unwelcome immediately after you saw me do what I did. If you'd like to learn the means to defend yourself from someone who is a little more intrinsically measured, you could learn from Sanite. She is my equal in this.
He nods, and says that I admit, until this journey, I had not thought of travel and self-defense. I'm a scientist and a city man with little concept or need previously to defend myself, but learning to defend myself with a knife, and potentially actually learn to aim one of those damn things, pointing over to Rilla's rifle. It is a notable weak spot, and I should perhaps confront it now while I am still young and can recover from training a little bit easier. I will potentially reach out to her, or kind of looks you over and says, or we have other things to train and discuss. So
We do.
A note about the journal, just to remind you all, at the end of the little message, we have the spend a day of rest to glimpse your future as you continue the path. So yeah, this is definitely the setup camp for the effectively just to give you guys the meta knowledge tonight, resting tomorrow, and then the journey will continue the following day. So
They have tomorrow as a day of rest and reflection.
yeah, which now that as you step out and admittedly had some magical assistance, but it's like, yes, a day of rest would be appreciated. Some willpower was definitely used.
Make it a rain willpower, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the intent of the book, just for meta knowledge, is definitely to take a day of rest. A little bit of scavenging and foraging may be necessary, but
during the evening, Theo come up to Oak and say, "I wonder if I could consult the wisdom of Legba."
Coke smiles. Says, "Of course." And then
we're going
you
to
see
be, it seems, on this journey much longer than we anticipated. And I would really like to not have my wife worry about me while I'm gone. But I'm not sure how to do that without exposing her to things she can't process. I was hoping you might have some ideas.
What things do you think she cannot process?
Well, exposure to the unexplainable has caused issues in the past.
Is it that they are strange or that they cannot be explained easily?
It's that she's still sleeping. So that she can't process overt displays of magic and unusual things. It has sometimes caused her pain. I'd like to avoid that if possible, but I'm not sure how to get a message to her that won't do that. I was hoping you might have some ideas.
I do have some ideas. There are two methods that come to mind first. One would be me doing something for you, or another would be me helping you go to a place that you are somewhat reluctant to go, but might strengthen your relationship with yourself and with her.
I think I need more context.
We all visit the astral, even if we're asleep. And when we are actually asleep at night, we visit its shores. We dream. Mages, will workers have the power to influence it, to understand it more, and to engage more deliberately.
So we can catch her in a dream.
But you could visit her dreams. We could visit them together. And you could share with her how much you care about her in a way that strengthens the trust she has, even if you can't communicate a direct message. However, if you remember from when we visited before, your daemon will be present. Your daemon will have control. And the last time we were there, you seemed to struggle with the truth that you could influence what your daemon thinks by presenting it with a different perspective.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that.
If you really like my advice, it's this. You've been through such a great deal in your life and aspire to do such great things for people. The thing that I'd really like to see you do is trust yourself and treat yourself with the kindness you want to treat your family, and you've endeavored to treat me at times. Embrace your daemon.
I've
choke it out with a chain. Sorry.
I come to realize that my daemon is me,
Yes.
just more overtly displayed. I want to stop living by rules, and I want to just, having grown up from a place where the will was not your own, to just rampantly throw my will around without restraint is kind of what I, in my core, want to do. But the higher parts of me recognize the trap in that. I would just become that which I despise.
Yes.
I'm still working on that.
I empathize. What you saw me do in there to those tigers is something I once did to people. With the same heights of indulgence and brutality. And so I understand coming from a place where I was not in control of my life. It is intoxicating to gain it through any means.
Certainly is.
What I will suggest is this. Because I am a masticos, it is easier for me to accept a certain truth. However, the truth I'm going to state is just a matter of reality. It's not something I invented. It's just something that comes to me easier. And that is that many of our perspectives and orientations are states of mind. They're influenced or caused by the Goche, the constructs we have in our Neros. And we have control. The ultimate control isn't to do what you want in the world. The ultimate control is to exercise your agency over that which compels you to make decisions. It's to live according to values you've chosen.
You exercise self-control.
Yes.
And that is something I've been struggling with.
Flashback
You
to
always have my aid.
To ripping up prairie in the darkness.
It's been my hardest won victory in life. Which is why you see me behave thusly so often.
Well,
And I think it's
definitely
something
have
you can
more
gain
work
too.
on. I'll spend some time thinking about that. Maybe I can work out a temporary piece to get a message out.
I think you can. And if at some point you decide that you'd like to continue exploring what we discussed, I will always be here for you.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Does Rilla have time?
time 1, I think. Give me a second. Not yet.
I was trying to include her if she did, but wanted to talk to Gisela.
Mhm.
Probably the next day at some point.
Okay, then we'll have to wait on that. Some stuff happens tonight, so
Fair enough.
Okay.
but yeah. So everybody's, basically we have a very good conversation between the the Theo trying to figure out exactly who she is and what her power means, and yeah, love that. Oh boy, you guys kind of set yourselves up for this.
Cool. Does that count as playing into my virtue of inspiring?
I like that. Yeah.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So that night, as you all are settled in for the evening. You all dream. You have lovely, wonderful dreams. Of course. Yeah, of course. Where are we at? Okay, yeah, we can definitely do this. Cloak, because correct me if I'm wrong, but you've definitely said that your dreams and stuff like that, you just let yourself dream, right? You don't try to necessarily exert control over them.
No, but not at this point in his life.
You have wonderful dreams of Purgatory Bluff expanding and growing, both a little bit physically, but you see in your dreams these chains of connection reaching out across first the United States, San Francisco, New York, and then down towards Georgia, out towards Haiti, Cuba, stuff into Mexico, up into the frozen cold north wasteland that nobody should ever live in.
Hey,
love you, Craig. Across the ocean, and you can see this kind of as a top-down, world-spanning connection of chains that don't wrap tight around the globe, just make these connections, and then are dropped down into Purgatory Bluff itself, where Cloak is standing in the Enright Manor, with let's see here, read my notes, sitting in a chair, and what appears to be holding court. Warner Enright is on hands and knees with Cloak's boots on his back. Ike is standing by, watching, kind of eyes filled with a little bit of terror. And the children of Broken Chains are wearing,
fancy clothes and
not even fancy clothes. They look more like soldiers. Many of them are carrying weapons. You can see Sunny Tan, Messy J, basically flanking Cloak, and it's very clearly Cloak, and having taken over and showing Purgatory Bluff what it should be and how it should be, and there's a definite edge to this view of Cloak. This is not the current Cloak, right? This is the Cloak of the future, and actually specifically after today's events, we see the chain not wrapped around Cloak's arm, but hanging in his hand, the end of it kind of caked in some dried blood.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And I imagine, and feel free to correct me, but Legba, right, as Dreams is kind of stuck and trapped and kind of staring in a little bit of horror, I imagine, of,
absolutely.
what this is. I will give you, because you do have mind sight and you're very astrally connected, this is not a normal dream for Cloak. Okay. There is definitely some outside influence on it, and kind of is painting this picture for you, and rather than if, without getting too meta into it, if our Cloak, Legba we'll use, tried to actually influence this, you're up against some force, right? Something is showing you this, and then we shift over to Isabel. It's a lovely day in here in here in the American
cloud in the sky, am I right?
It's lovely, blue sky, long rows of cotton out there. Sitting on a porch. Let's see here. Wearing a lovely antebellum dress. And looking quite prettied up and dainty. Your father, looking on in satisfaction, walking the tour of a plantation with your husband, your new husband. As you are expected to sit in a nice little rocking chair and drink your sweet tea. You can see on, and I imagine for Isabel, this is definitely a first person view kind of dream. And you can see on your lovely, pretty dress, right, these little seer symbols stitched into your clothing. And there's some lovely little bracelets that you've got that fit real nicely, made of.
Great.
I imagine that you feel and you recognize as Tessitarum. As you just watch as you're sitting and doing as you're told, without going too wild with this. Definitely missed your period a couple times. Yep. And yeah, you're just gonna sit there and be a pretty lady and run this plantation that you can see is being aggressively worked. And just doing as you're told, and heavily restricted, and very very similar to Cloak and Legba, this cage that you're stuck in, whereas Legba was forced to watch this. I feel like you're forced to live this particular dream. Yep, we got time. So we roll on over to Theo, as we were talking about. It's real simple. Living out in the wilderness. You can see your familiar wagon. It's kind of empty. It has been decorated in occult and supernal runes. This thing is a tank of a wagon. I imagine the dream actually kind of starts and you're like, hey, this is some cool ideas. Like, I could do this. Why haven't I done this with the wagon? Right?
I know what it represents.
Right. But around the wagon are structures that Theo is in the middle of building. Some look like they're functional warehouses and storage places. Others appear to have occult and supernal symbolism. There is not another person to be seen in the area. Valosia and Catherine are nowhere to be seen. There are bodies moving, however, amongst this proto city. Some look to be soulless, zombies moving and dragging stuff, but obviously zombies are not great for fine detail and the construction that you need. So there are some folks who are nudged into working the threat of violence or terrible things to serve the witch of the prairie, as she begins these great occult supernal. It's not under anybody else's control. There's no seer influence here. There's the the Diamond Order. We don't have the pentacle yet.
She's basically building an Acropolis
or something. Yeah. And I think I imagine for Theo watching this dream, this is not, you can't even necessarily figure out what your future self is doing, but I imagine some of it is your daemon going, hey, these aren't some bad ideas. There's yes. Some things here. And meanwhile, Theo's like, wait, no. Yeah. And then just as the dream is ending, and shifting into, the nightmare, right? You can hear Valosia and Catherine somewhere, and I think you hear Valosia's voice, right? That you haven't heard in a long time. Where's Mom? As the nightmare
sort of echoey from somewhere
right
elsewhere, right? Yeah.
For Gisela, hey, we're back in Purgatory Bluff. Sort of. This one I actually wrote out. So let's see here. Yeah. In your house, right? The Bauer family house. Outside, the town is kind of whipped up into a frenzy. There's lots of shouts and voices, people running around in the streets. And fingers are being pointed, and there's lots of arguments. But you can feel like your time is kind of coming short. Theo and Catherine, they already left. They're out. Your family, they kind of got tired of Purgatory Bluff, so they headed back to Germany. The curse wasn't following them. Let's go back home. So you're just, but you can't go back, so you're kind of stuck here. And you've actually even tried to, foretell the future, but what happens if you don't leave. You have to go. Can't go back home. Can't stay here. So you just get to go start over somewhere else again. And I think we have you laying out tarot cards, and even because you don't even do tarot cards, you do playing cards, and just another hand of cards dealt. And now it tells me to go south. Now it tells me to go north. And they're all just shitty options. There's no good option. Gotta leave. Can't go back home. Nobody's here. Everybody's gone. Rilla and Jules also have some terrible nightmares too, but we don't need to go over those, and it saves me having to write about them. And this is the primary nightmare that we're going to over. You guys have a few others. Those are the big ones I think that stand out, because you guys are nice enough, and thank you very much, players, for...
You forgot. Look, I sent you. It's been 3 weeks.
It worked. No, but yes, thank you, players, for playing along and sharing the worst outcomes. But yeah, those are the ones that stand out. There are other similar vibes and alternate futures, but they all kind of follow these same paths of your worst nightmares, and it's, basically, if you stay on the path that you're on, this is what's going to happen to you, right? And Chris writes skeptical thing. Now, of course, in the middle of your nightmares, probably not necessarily thinking that, but in the morning,
there's maybe one part of that could come true,
right? Yeah, and the end result, and obviously we will talk about it next week, is definitely this entity, which I think Legba may be the only person to pick up on that, this is not your dreams, and that these are visions that are being inflicted upon you effectively, and they seem to be trying to nudge you in a direction. Yeah,
there's some investigation that Legba might have attempted, but I definitely didn't want to stop the narrative.
Sure, no, and that's fine, and we can definitely do that next week, because I imagine next week is going to be discussions about this, and then also carrying on the journey. Potentially now more curious about who is behind this journal, and because they're, after discussion, very clearly the ones who are sending these dreams to you. So yeah,
are they trying to inflict or liberate these things on us?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So good stuff. But yes, thank you all for joining us. Sorry, I looked over into our chat, and it's minus 33 Celsius in Winnipeg. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Absolutely not. It's
awful. I mean, it was 60 degrees here today, and it's going to be 18 tomorrow. Because that's how weather works.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking Virginia.
Yeah, well, Houston's getting hit too, so
yeah,
no thanks.
Yeah, my friend in El Paso is getting snow. She's posting all excited about it. It's like
two days ago, I was like, yeah, I think we're firmly, solidly made it into spring at this point, just like they do every goddamn year.
Every year, man.
A fool I have been.
I hope the weather where you are watching this, listening to this, is pleasant and wonderful and exactly the way you like it. If you are some terrible heathen who likes it cold, then go for it, but not for me. Thank you very much for joining us. As always, it is a blast to have you with us. hope that we could keep you company during your work, during your commute, or during your Friday night, or Saturday morning for people on the other side of the world. As always, come by patreon.com/occultistanonymous and you can support us there monetarily. There's also occasionally polls and questions. I think I may be posting some stuff in the future about like what games do you want to see, what one shots and miniseries do you want us to bring back? Because I think, and we're going to discuss more, but we might be moving to a more season kind of vibe instead of episode after episode after episode, because Drew is getting burnt out, and that's never good. If you're shout outs to all you burnt out DMs, it is okay to say, hey, I need to take a break because you're a player too. And if you're not having fun or it becoming a job, take a break. Bump the breaks. Play some Betrayal at the House on the Hill or video games or whatever. You got all sorts of other stuff you can do.
For the most part, players that say, I could never DM.
Step up. Step up. It's not bad. I promise.
No.
I said for the most part, I wasn't atting you.
Feeling called out there?
We'll get Ash to run a game off stream first. Do rotating DM. Very, very good stuff. You don't have to change systems if you don't want to. So
I'll do rotating DM in the middle of a session though.
Yeah, don't do that. That can be, I mean, unless it's a party game thing.
Unless you just want to spin in your chair. That's the good.
We playing Fiasco.
Oh.
Know what that was?
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yep.
Let's do it.
And if you want, come by Discord, www.heatinto.space. Come join our Discord, hang out. We have a wonderful community. I love them to death. They're a bunch of knuckleheads, my kind of people. Come show us your cats or snakes or birds or whatever. Tell us about your game. Come chat about ours. It is a-okay to come by and just lurk. Just hanging out and throw some reaction emojis on funny stuff or cute stuff or whatever.
Share your puns.
Share your puns.
Make us all suffer.
Yes. There's also the wonderful OA art gallery. So if you are somebody who likes drawing stuff, and it doesn't have to be about OA.
Just somebody who likes
your
looking
art.
at drawing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to look at drawings, Noctal and Brenna and who's the other one who's been posting a lot too? Second
The
Chances?
little anxiety monster.
The anxiety monster who, so good. Very, very good stuff that people have been sharing. Highly suggest checking that out. Oh yeah, and Zach Rules is suggesting they came from Camp Murder Lake. Whenever somebody dies, they become the storyteller. There's a lot of good systems out there. Check them out. Try stuff. If nothing else, just to avoid the burnout, go play something and go, wow, this sucked. We don't like this, or we don't get these rules. That's cool. Then you go back to something you're comfortable with, and man, it's like coming home. Apple pie and puppy dogs. Unless you're allergic, cats, whatever. I don't know. It's been a week, gang.
We're with you, Drew. We're with you. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a whole production team off camera for him just going.
Wrap it up, dumbass. So thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next week. Bye now.
All right, everybody.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
next time.